Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Hare Krishna, welcome. So, we are reading some important shlokas. Today we will try to read some shlokas from chapter number 2, 3, 4, and if possible 5. Bhagavad Gita total has 18 chapters, and total shlokas are 700 shlokas in Bhagavad Gita. We're going to read shloka number 70 from second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So you can repeat after me. Apuryamana
Apuryamana,
Apuryamana
Apuryamana,
Achala
Achala,
Pratishtham
Pratisham,
Samudram
Samudram,
Apaha
Apaha,
Pravishyanti
Pravishyanti,
Yadvat
Yadvat,
Tadvat
Tadvat,
Kama
Kama,
Yam
Yam,
Pravishyanti
Pravishyanti,
Sarve
Sarve,
Saha
Saha,
Shantim
Shantim,
Apnoti
Apnoti,
Na
Na,
Kama
Kama,
Kami.
Kami.
So whole shloka is for the benefit of all of us. I will recite. Apuryamanam achala pratishtham samudramapah pravishyanti yadvat tadvat kamayam pravishyanti sarve sashantim apnoti na kama kami. So in this shloka, Lord Krishna is instructing to Arjuna Shanti. What is Shanti means? Shanti means peace. Everybody wants some peace in the life, and the whole world wants some peace in there. There are so many wars going now around the world, one country attacking the another country for no reason, right? So we all need the peace, and peace begins first from inside. If you're peaceful from inside, then there is a peace outside. If there is outside peace, but you are not peaceful from inside, there is no point of peace, right? Because peace is not a phenomenon of outside; it is inner phenomenon. Huh? So, Lord Krishna is saying that what is the reason we are not getting peace in our life? Arjuna was on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. He was doing his duty, but he was not peaceful. Many times in our life also, we are doing our work, but we are disturbed a little bit here and there. So, what is the cause of disturbance is mentioned in this shloka. So, the example is given as an analogy is given here. Analogy helps us to understand the life better and some of the things in the life better. So one of the analogy which is given here by Lord Krishna is of Samudra. Samudra is ocean. So Lord Krishna is saying that Samud Apuryamanam Achala Pratishtham. Hmm. So the ocean is Apurya. Apurya means unlimited, always filled with water. Have you seen ocean being empty ever? There is never a time when ocean becomes empty of water. So, but still, when the rivers enter into the ocean, pravishyanti means to enter. Lots of rivers are connected to the ocean, and all the rivers drain into ocean. And then the ocean water evaporates and then comes back as a water into the river, and then the cycle continues. So Lord Krishna is saying, lot of rivers are entering into the ocean, but ocean never overflows. Ocean never overflows. The depth or the gravity of ocean is so high that it enters all the water, right? So here, Lord Krishna is saying that so many what rivers enter, but ocean doesn't overflow. Similarly, in our life also, lots of thoughts or desires will enter in our life. Unlimited desires will enter in your life. As long as we are living, the desires will never finish. Is that right? Desirelessness is not a position. We can never be desireless. There's always small desire that is either desire increase or change. There are two phenomena. Huh? If you have small, little amount of food, then you want more food, or you want a different food. So desire is always there. You never end. So Lord Krishna is saying that, Hare Krishna, the desires are the cause of our disturbance. We work hard because we have desires. Is that right? If you have no desire, then you won't work. You'll just go to sleep. But you have a desire to make like better living, better future. We want to do something in our life. That is why our desires keep you alive, actually, right? But there are many desires which disturbs you also. So Lord Krishna is saying that if you do not get disturbed by the desires and just watch them, you know, in the life, good thoughts will also come and the bad thoughts will also come. But the thoughts are result of a chemical phenomenon happening in your brain, actually. Right? All the thoughts, if you observe your life, it's all about chemicals, chemical changes happening in your body and here and there. So all the thoughts arise because of some environmental change in your surroundings. So many thoughts will come in your brain. They say that in a day, how many thoughts? You know the number. In 12 hours, how many thoughts enter your brain? Anybody idea? 24 घंटे में कितने thoughts आपके brain में जाते हैं? They say 60,000 thoughts enter in a daytime, and similarly 60,000 thoughts enter in a nighttime. So 60,000 is a big number. Now imagine we start entertaining each of those thoughts. आपको दिन सुबह से लेकर रात तक जितने thoughts आते हैं सबको लिखते रहिए. कितने thoughts आएंगे? Unlimited. You go crazy, right? So Lord Krishna is saying that lot of thoughts will come because that is the nature of mind. Thought, desires are thoughts, I know. Everything starts with a thought. And then it intensifies and then you plan upon it. But Lord Krishna is saying you should not get disturbed by all the thoughts which enter your mind. Pravishyanti yadavat. Tadavat kamayam pravishyanti sarve. Similarly, lots of kama. Kama means? Hare Krishna beta, how are you? Good. Hey Vikram, come here. What are you doing there? No? Okay. Avni will come. Come Avni, sit here. Good. Sit here quiet. Okay, good. Nice. So here you can see in this picture, lots of rivers are entering. Where are the rivers entering? Into the ocean. Very nice. Very nice. So rivers enter into the ocean, but ocean doesn't get disturbed. Similarly, lots of thoughts will come into your mind, but you should not entertain each and every thought. Or you should not get disturbed by all the thoughts. Then only you can achieve peace. So Lord Krishna is saying here, there is a overlap. A person who is not disturbed by incessant flow of desires that enters like rivers into the ocean, which is ever being filled but is always still, can alone achieve peace, and not the man who strives to satisfy those desires. So now all the desires will come. You can't stop the desires, and you can't keep on filtering all the desires, because then otherwise you have only one job: filter the desires. So how to make sure that your desires doesn't disturb you? What do you do? So whatever the desires come, whether it is a good desire or bad desire, how do you decide that? How do you decide a thought is a good or bad?
If it is like Krishna will like that thing, activity, then the thought is good. If
Very
Krishna
nice.
doesn't like, then thought is bad.
Very nice. That's a very big round of applause to our Prabhuji.
No, you want to sit beside me.
Hare Krishna. What happened?
Can you sit beside me?
What?
Can you sit beside me?
So the proof of a thought which is fruitful for us, which is a good thought, is that if this thought will bring us closer to Krishna, then that is a good thought. Then all the thoughts, if they are fruitful, they are helpful for us to achieve Krishna consciousness, then we go.
You want to sit beside me?
So as unlimited desires will come, unlimited thoughts will come, but we never entertain any thought which is an obstruction to us on our path of Krishna consciousness. Kids, you don't make noise, okay, please, okay? Thank you. So, what is the take home message from this shloka? Shri Shri Gaurnitai, Shri Shri Sitaram, Lakshman Hanuman, Shri Shri Radha, Shri Jagannath, Baldev, so we have to use all the desires for service of Krishna. Then only those desires are good. Otherwise, anything which is obstruction, we should not use it. So next shloka from Bhagavad Gita. You can repeat after me. Yagnarthat karmano anyatra loka yam karmano bandhana tada artham karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. So here the translation of the shloka is, you want to read Prabhuji loudly?
Work done as a scientific for
As a
Vishnu.
sacrifice.
Oh, sacrifice.
Sorry
Did
about
I
the typing.
yeah, wrong one. As a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed.
Yes, and then next one, Uday will read.
Otherwise, work causes bondage in this material world.
Yagnarthat karmano anyatra karma bandhana. So there are the work we do. Everybody does the work, right? The students go to the school. That is a work. We go to the hospital or wherever we work. We are doing some karmas. All the karmas have bandhana. What is the bandhana means? Bondage. What is bondage means? So here the word is used causes bondage. What does the bondage means? That our karma results into some fruits. Whether fruits means reactions or results. Whatever action you do has a reaction, and the reaction is equal and opposite, right? So whatever the karma you do, whether you do good karmas, the good result will come, and if you do bad karmas, what will happen?
Bad luck.
Bad result will come, right? So if you do good, the good will come. If you do bad, the bad will come, right? So all the good and bad has a results, right? So all these results, they forces us to stay, take birth again and again. We are taking birth. Everybody has a different body, right? Here nobody is looking same. Everybody has different parents. Everybody has different family background. Everybody has different intellectual levels, right? All the kids, even though they are born, two kids are born in the same family, they have a different future. Me and my brothers were born to the same parents. We went to the same school, and our parents give us equal attention. Uh, Few of us became doctors, some became engineers, some became something else. So everybody has a different future. Not all everybody. Somebody's two brothers of same father, one is rich, one is very poor. How does that happen? All the students studying in the same class, same teacher, somebody becomes the prime minister, another doesn't become anything like you. So what is that? So that is called as your karma. Whatever facilities we are enjoying now, we have already done the karma for that. अभी आपके पास जो है फैसिलिटी उसके लिए आपने ऑलरेडी काम कर चुके हैं. That is why you are enjoying this. All these kids, they have a good parents because they have done some good karma in the previous life. That is why they have this good parentage. There are some kids in Africa who doesn't have a glass of water to drink. So many kids in Africa die every single day because they don't have a glass of milk to drink. Malnutrition is a serious problem in many countries of the world. And many kids, they have excess food. So what is that? Who decides that?
Water for karma. For karma.
Karma, very good. Big round of applause to Avni. So all the kids have done some good karma, so they have good parentage. So that is called as karma bandhana. But as long as we have the karma, we are bounded. So even though everybody has a good parentage, that doesn't mean the problems are not going to come in the life. Everybody will have some or other disease in the life, some or other psychological problems in the life, some or other challenges, in the life. So this is called as bondage. And then the kids are not happy, the parents are also suffering along with the kids. Right? If your kid is not well, the parents have to undergo the same suffering. So this is called as karma bandhana, bondage. So now how to get out of this bondage? Bondage means if somebody ties with a rope, then you are bound. When you are bound means you don't have a freedom. So what sort of freedom we have lost? What is the freedom we have lost now? Whereas we are tied in these family connections, right? So many connections. Husband, wife, children, this, that. And then you die again, then another husband, wife, children. Then you die again, then another husband, wife, children. Another die again. So how long are you going to get this one? It will go for ever and ever.
Eternal.
Eternal, right? So this is called as
100 for the cycle.
cycle. It is a cycle. Huh?
It's a life
So
cycle.
is it possible to get out of this cycle?
No, it's not.
It is possible. That is what Krishna is saying here. So if you do the karmas and there are no results, then there is no reaction. If there is no reaction, you are getting birth because you have some karma reaction. Either good karmas or bad karmas, you have to enjoy or suffer. That is why you have got this body. And then we are so fools, when you are in the dark, in the night time, with the rope is hanging, some people may think that the rope is a snake.
No, it's not.
Why?
No, it's not.
Because when there is a light, you know that there is a rope. But if there is a darkness, you might get scared.
Yeah, it
Right?
looks like a
So
snake.
yeah, it looks like a snake. So that is called as an illusion. Right? So in the life, what we see is not necessarily true. That is called as illusion. So we see that this body, we think that this is a true body. But something which is not true, which disappears, as soon as the light comes, it disappears. Then that is the real knowledge.
Yeah.
So we did not have this body, and now we have this body, and then this body will not exist. So this is like there was no snake, then there was a snake, and then there was no snake.
Yeah, that's like
That is called as
disappearing from one space to other space.
that is called as illusion, right? So if you go in the mirage, in the desert, then you see a mirage, and then there is a water. You go near, there is no water. You further see there is a water.
Yeah.
Similarly, in our life, we see a family, we go near, and then the family disappears, and then there is a new family, the new family, the new family, right? So this is called as an illusion, right? So Lord Krishna is saying that if you start doing work as a sacrifice for Vishnu, then the bondage will not be there. Otherwise, the bondage will always be there, right? So when we are looking at the kids also, Hare Krishna, welcome, 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 welcome. Please have a seat. You can sit on the chairs also. Be comfortable. Please be seated. Therefore, you guys can read? You can read?
Yeah, I can.
You can read? Okay, read that. Therefore,
Work done as.
no. You have to read here. Therefore, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction. His satisfaction. His means Lord Vishnu's satisfaction. So, what is prescribed duty means? What is prescribed duty?
Puja, prarthana.
Oh, that is not prescribed duty. What is prescribed duty? So your prescribed duty as a grihastha is to look after your family. That is your prescribed duty. That is a grihastha dharma. What is your dharma? What is your dharma now? To look after the family. What is this student's dharma? What is your duty? To go to school and study nicely, right? That is their dharma. That is called brahmachari dharma. Then you become old like him or like me. Then that is vanaprastha dharma. That means you spend more time in spirituality, like that. So everybody has some prescribed duties. No two persons' duties are same. Everybody's duties are different. But whatever the duties are there, we have to perform it for Lord Krishna's satisfaction. So how do you do that? How do you perform grihastha duty for Krishna's satisfaction? How do you do that? A family life for Krishna's satisfaction.
By praying.
That is a good way to pray. I say, yeah, yes.
And being respectful.
So, whatever you do in a family life, like grihastha, what is the duty of a grihastha? So, go to work, make some money, bring some money, feed the children, give them some food, shelter. Is that right? That's your duty, right?
Yeah.
So while doing that duty, you think that you are able to do this
Of Krishna.
because Krishna is giving you energy to do it.
Right.
You have this brain, eyes, head, everything because he gave you. Ah, so that is why you are able to take care of the children. Otherwise, you would never able to,
No
right?
way.
So
Never ever.
that is how you can any work we do, we think of him. Attitude of gratitude. That is the fuel for the devotional life, right? So perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction, and in that way you will always remain free from bondage. So what is the take-home message from this? What is the take-home message
Perform
for
the
this shloka? Perform the what is
perform the prescribed duty and perform everything like because of the Krishna is helping us, so that's why we are
yes,
performing. So
right, right. Anything else? Anybody else wants to say? What is the take-home message from this shloka? Yagnarthat karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. Everything should be performed for the Krishna's satisfaction, nothing for our satisfaction, because we are not the rightful owners of it. Who is the owner? Krishna. Everything should be done for Krishna's pleasure. You see this picture here?
Yep.
In this picture, there is a lady.
She's eating it.
A lady is giving some fruits to Lord Krishna.
Yeah.
Anybody knows the story? Do you know the story?
Yeah.
What is the story? Tell everybody.
When Krishna was playing with his friends one day,
Uh-huh.
he heard a noise,
Mm-hmm.
and then he saw that lady, and then
Uh-huh.
he asked if he could have fruits.
Yes.
Then he got some
Uh-huh.
life, but then as he was going, some life fell down,
Uh-huh.
and he gave it to the lady,
Uh-huh.
and then the lady gave Krishna some fruits.
And then what happened to the lady?
And then
Her basket was?
her basket was full of jewelry.
Jewelry. Very good. Big round of applause to Risha. Where did you hear this story from?
I heard it long time ago, but I still remember.
You remember it. Yeah. Very good. So all of kids, you remember the story now?
Yeah.
What happened here? So Krishna, as Risha said rightly, Krishna was playing in the front yard and he saw a lady there.
Yeah.
Now this lady was very poor. She doesn't have anything. She was selling the fruits. In the small basket in India, they sell the fruits. Here we have superstores. There in the villages, there is no superstore, right? So this lady was selling the fruits. And Krishna came and said, Mate, can you give me some fruits? Krishna has no money because if you want to buy some fruits, you have to give the money. But this poor lady, she loved Krishna so much that she gave all the fruits she had to Krishna. So Krishna was very happy. And as Krishna was happy, the whole world is happy. Krishnam trupte jagat trupta. So when Krishna went and the lady went home and she saw her basket was full with jewelry, diamonds and all. So what does this pastime say? That when we work for Krishna, Krishna will never let us go down. Even you give little to Krishna, Krishna will return million times back to you. That doesn't mean we give little to Krishna. We give whatever the best. The lady had all the fruits and she gave all the fruits. She didn't give one fruit to Krishna. So Sudama story, everybody know? Anybody knows Sudama story? You know Sudama story?
What's his name? I didn't hear it.
You didn't hear it, so I will tell you this story of Sudama. Sudama was a very good friend of Krishna. Sudama, Hare Krishna, welcome. Sudama and Krishna, they studied together in ashram. What was the guru's name of Lord Krishna? Who will tell me? Krishna's guru's name? You don't know, it's a good answer. We'll go to the next one. Next one. Okay, we'll go here. Krishna's guru's name. Krishna's guru name. Huh? जोर से बोलिए. Wrong. Sandipani. Good one. Big round of applause to the. Nice. So Sandipani Rishi was Krishna's guru. What is the name of the guru? Sandipani Rishi, right? So Lord Krishna studied in the Sandipani Rishi's ashram along with his friend, whose name is
Sudama.
Sudama. Sudama was a very poor man, very poor Brahmin. And Krishna was a royal king. Both of them studied together, and then when Krishna became, both of them graduated from the school, Krishna went to his own place, Hare Krishna, and Sudama went to his own place. Krishna was king, and Sudama was a poor Brahmin. He didn't have any food to eat in the house.
Yeah, and no money.
No money.
And water.
Right? Nothing.
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 Even clothes.
So then Krishna was staying in the Dwarka, and Sudama's children didn't have a food to eat. So Sudama's wife told Sudama that, can you please go and ask some help from your friend? You know, in India, if you have neighbors,
Yeah,
and
I
if you
have
have
a neighbor.
in India, neighbors
I
help
have
each
a
other.
neighbor too.
Okay. Krishna.
I have a
Okay, just so in India, neighbors give some food to each other. You know, if you have a guest and you don't have some sugar, you go and get it from the neighbor's place. Not nowadays, but previous times. So Sudama's wife said, "Can you go and ask Krishna some help?" Sudama said, "No, I'm not going to ask anything from Krishna. Krishna is my friend, but I'm not going to ask anything from him for myself." So she said, "Okay, even if you don't want to ask anything from Krishna, just go and see him because you haven't seen Krishna for long time, long time." Huh? So he said, "Yeah, I will go to see Krishna, but I must take something to give to Krishna. You know, when you come to temple to see Krishna, we should bring something, maybe one flower, maybe one grain of rice for Krishna. It is always good. You know, when you go to see somebody, you give some gift to someone.
Yeah. In the first
So similarly, it is a very nice gesture. When we come to see Krishna, we give one flower, even maybe one fruit, give it to Krishna, because this is our attitude of gratitude. You know, we are coming, but we are greeting Krishna with nothing. You know. So Sudama said that, "Oh, I'm going to see Krishna, the, the Lord of universe. I must take at least something, but I don't have anything. What do I do?" So his wife gave him poha. Poha
Yeah, I know. It's rice.
is
Kind
a
of rice.
is a dry rice or puffed rice. You can say. So Sudama kept those puffed rice in his pocket and came to see Krishna. What do you learn from this? We must have attitude of gratitude. Little bit of for Krishna. It is very important.
Anything like a fruit or
So Sudama went with little poha. And when Krishna saw Sudama, there is a big story, but just to summarize it, when Krishna saw Sudama, Krishna took those puff rice from Sudama's hand and he ate it. And as soon as Krishna had those little bit of rice, Sudama's whole kingdom, whole house was turned into a big palatial building. So Krishna's wife Satyabhama asked Krishna that your friend came to see you, and you didn't give him anything. He gave you the rice. He said, "If I ask him that what do you want, Sudama, then I will not be able to give anything to Sudama because Sudama gave everything what he had. Imagine I have to give everything what I have to Sudama. The Krishna has to give the whole universe to Sudama. So similarly, this lady gave everything what she had. Little fruits she gave. If you have $1 and if you give $1 to Krishna, that means that you gave $1,000,000 to Krishna. But if you have $1,000,000 and you give $1 to Krishna, that means you give only $1 to Krishna. That is the science of spirituality. So in spirituality, 100 minus 1 is 100. In material world, 100 minus 1 is 99. But in spiritual world, 100 minus 1 is 100 because Krishna doesn't keep anything from you. Whatever you give, he will return it million times back to you, right? So the purpose of this shloka is that yagnartha karmano anyatra loko yam karma bandhana, which means that we are bounded by reactions because we do everything for ourselves. You store money in the bank, why?
For a family.
For the future. For the family. For the future. People save the money because when I retire, I will get some money back. Who knows you will retire or not? You will be alive or not? Doesn't know. So whatever we have, we use it for service of Krishna, then our life is blissful. Otherwise this is called as miser. You know what is miser?
No, but I know who's retiring in my school. There's two people.
Okay, we'll talk about that later. So next shloka for us is, so here, who will read this? Neil Prabhu will read loudly, okay?
Nothing should be performed for sense gratification. Everything should be done for the satisfaction of Krishna.
Nothing for us, everything for Krishna. Whatever we do it for pleasure of Krishna. He will never keep anything. He doesn't need anything from you, but what he needs is our attention. If the kids, we don't pay attention to them, they will not feel loved, right? So we have to pay attention to kids. Similarly, we have to pay attention to Krishna also. Okay, next one shloka. We'll read this shloka. You can repeat after me. Yada yada acharati shreshthas tata tada evartaro janaha sayata pramanam kurute lokas tad anuvartate. So I will recite the whole shloka for benefit of all of us. Yad yada charati shreshthas tad tada evartaro jana sayad pramanam kurute lokas tad anuvartate. So this is a very important shlokas. Yada yada, which means that whatever. Acharati shrestha. Shrestha means elderly people or respectable people or leaders in the community. So Krishna is saying that yada yada acharati shrestha. Acharati means behavior. So Krishna is saying whatever the behavior elders will do or shrestha or respectable people in the society will do, tada tada evar taro janaha. Tada tada means that common people will follow. The children will do what the parents will do. Because for children, the parents are the like idols. Like children, if father is smoking, the child will smoke. If father is worshipping, the children will worship. So yada yada acharati shrestha tada tada evartaro jana sayat pramanam kurute lokas tadanuvartate. So pramanam means example. So we should set an example by our own behavior. It should be an ideal example that anuvartate. Anuvartate means follow. That people will follow your example. So Lord Krishna is saying here that, who will read this? Badal Prabhu, you can read loudly.
Whatever action a great man performs, common men follow, and whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world worships.
So here, Lord Krishna is telling to Arjuna that, hey Arjuna, you should set an example by your behavior. And this example should be such an ideal example by your behavior that when people hear this example about you, they should get inspired. Because whatever you do, the common man will follow. As I said, that a leader, a doctor who is smoking and says to the patient smoking is injurious to health, how much it is useful? Will patient listen?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
No. Okay, there's a nice story. Uh, a child was eating too many chocolates. He was addicted to the chocolates. Do you eat chocolates?
Just once a day.
Just once in a day?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's too much. How about you?
For a while, I don't.
That's a good news. How about you?
I just eat one actually.
One a day? One a week?
I eat one a day. I eat one day.
Every day?
In
Wow.
one day, I eat just one candy.
How about you, Avani? Two. My God, that's why your teeth are gone. Mhm. So one child was eating more than two chocolates a day, maybe five chocolates a day. So the mother was very worried. So she went to a sadhu and said, "Can you bless my child so that he stops eating the chocolates? Can you tell my child that not to eat chocolates because he's eating too many chocolates and I'm worried about chocolate means sweets.
Yeah, like.
So the sadhu said, okay, you come after 2 weeks, then I will tell your child. So after 2 weeks, the mother came with the child and said, oh, my child is eating too many chocolates every day. Can you please bless him? Oh, he said, yes. Child, please don't eat any chocolates from tomorrow. So, and child stops eating chocolate.
How? It doesn't make
So
sense.
after that, the mother was really surprised. And she said, Sadhu Baba, thank you so much. You said, and my child stopped eating. But then you could have done that 2 weeks back also. Why didn't you do that at that time and you asked me to wait 2 weeks? He said, at that time I was also eating chocolates.
Huh?
If you are eating and you tell somebody, that saying has no utility. It doesn't make any impact.
Yeah, it doesn't
अगर
make
आपका आचार है तो फिर आपका विचार का कोई प्रभाव हो सकता है. If you talk only and you don't walk the talk, then that has no impact. So here, Lord Krishna is telling to Arjuna that, hey Arjuna, you have to set an example by your behavior. That Arjuna didn't get scared in the battlefield. He didn't run away. So whatever we set an example, people will learn that, oh, the children will know my father was a great man. He worked very hard. He came to Canada as an immigrant. This is the stories you hear always, right? Because these are the examples set by the Acharya, Shreshthas. Lord Krishna also gives an example of Janak Maharaj in the Bhagavad Gita. The King Janak, who is King Janak?
It's Lord Rama's father.
Father?
No, like, sorry.
Who is King Janak?
Sita
Sita
Mata.
Mata.
Sorry.
Janki Mata's father.
Dasrath,
Father-in-law, you can say.
father-in-law.
Father-in-law of
Yeah.
Lord Ramchandra, right? So Janak Maharaj was ideal king. Actually, Janak Maharaj had lot of wealth, lot of money, power. He could have enjoyed everything. But still, he set an example. He used to go to worship. Used to serve sadhus, saintly people. Used to serve the food by his hands, actually. He doesn't have to do it, but he did all this. So there are many ideal kings. We remember Shivaji Maharaj. We remember Mahatma Gandhi. We remember Srila Prabhupada. Because why do we remember them? Because the examples are by practice. They are ideal leaders. So what is the take-home message from this shloka? Yada yada acharati shrestha tada tada evartano janaha. What do you learn from this? What do you learn from this shloka? You don't know. Next one. What do you learn from this shloka? You were not paying attention?
No, I was paying attention, but I know what.
You don't know? How about you?
I never heard this.
Okay, we'll go here.
Whatever action a great man performs commonly.
You are reading the shloka. Take home message. Oh, here, back off.
I have two things. I learned that if you want someone to follow your standards, you must apply to the standards.
If you want somebody to follow, you can go other way around also. If you really want to be successful, follow the footsteps of successful people. Oh, this is the other way around. So you find ideal people like say Srila Prabhupada and you learn from his life and then you put that in practice, then somebody will learn. Instead of you establishing something, follow the footsteps of somebody who has walked the path. Right? So instead of you creating a new path, you see that there are some successful people and if you live according to them, then your children will live like that. So what is the take home message?
Like follow the thoughts from the successful people.
Follow the path of footsteps of great devotees, like Srila Prabhupada. The idea is that we want to make our life spiritual. If you follow the footsteps of Bill Gates or something, you'll go crazy because you have to work very hard. You can't become Bill Gates. If you try to become great like that, then you'll leave your family life, you'll go crazy. But try to follow the good people who have lived peaceful life, right? So with that, we'll see some important things here. There are some myths about Bhagavad Gita. Huh? We'll learn one myth at a time. Some people, I've heard this people saying this thing. So one myth here is myth or fact. Let's see. We'll discuss this among ourselves. Okay. Bhagavad Gita has to be read only in old age. Is it true or fact or myth? Who will tell? Bhagavad Gita सिर्फ बुढ़ापे में पढ़नी चाहिए. Is it a fact or myth? Myth. Okay, he's saying myth. How about you? Myth. So when do you read Bhagavad Gita?
Anytime,
Anytime.
any age.
Any age. Why? Why not in the old age? Why in the young age?
The battle is lost by that time.
Battle is lost by that time. It's a very nice answer. Big round of applause to our Ashish Prabhu. Ashish Prabhu is a pathologist. He is currently visiting Thunder Bay. He is a locum pathologist visiting from Vancouver, and he's visiting our temple. So welcome to the temple. Thank you. So, when should we read Bhagavad Gita? So, what is the ideal age of Bhagavad Gita reading? When should we read Bhagavad Gita? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Choose. 5 years of age. The right answer. Big round of applause to Risha. So Bhagavad Gita has to be read at a young age. Why? Why at a young age?
It tells about how to do in life.
Ah, very nice. So Bhagavad Gita is a book about art of living actually. So in your life, the problems will come at the end of the age, old age, all the problems have disappeared. What do? Nothing. When you are old, your eyes are not working properly. Your mind is not working properly. If you have no habit of reading, then you will never read it in old age also, right? So when do you read Bhagavad Gita? Was Arjuna, how old was Arjuna when he heard Bhagavad Gita? He was 70, 80 years or what?
No, he was young.
How young?
Maybe 20, 30.
30? So that's a young age, huh? What is the definition of old age? What is the definition of old age? What is the definition of old age? Pratik?
Being living long enough that your body stops working at its peak.
Oh, living long enough, your body stops working at the peak. That is an old age. So I am old or young? My body.
In the middle.
I'm hanging there. So when Srila Prabhupada went to UK one time, Srila Prabhupada, a lot of young devotees were traveling with Srila Prabhupada. So one reporter asked Prabhupada that, why do you tell and preach this Bhagavad Gita to young people? So he said, then when do you teach the spiritual? He says, it's for the old people. So he says, what is the definition of old age? So definition of old age is one who is closer to death. One who is very close to the death is old age. So Prabhupada asked him a question. What is the guarantee that tomorrow you will be alive? Is that any guarantee? Yes or no?
No.
So are you old?
No.
No? You are old because we are closer to death. We can die at any moment actually. Death is uncertain. So if you are going to wait for old age, then that age will come at any time because the death is uncertain. This world is called Mrityu Loka because you can die. Children went to the school in America and the parents were waiting for them to come back from the school. The children were old. How old were the kids who died?
8 years old around.
8 years, 9 years, 10 years old kids died in the school. Were they old? No, but they died. So what is the definition of old age? Old age is closer to death. But the death came while in the school actually. So Bhagavad Gita is for everybody. It's not old age, young age, like that. So it's an art of living. We should read at any age, right? Okay, the next one. Bhagavad Gita is for Hindus only. Is it a fact or a myth? Okay, we'll start from here. If you say myth or fact, then you have to answer the next question, why? Okay, Bhagavad Gita ये Hindu book है, yes or no?
No,
Why?
because it's not represent the Hinduism. It's represent how to do the practical things in your life and
Okay,
sorry.
very good. How about you? How about same copy paste?
Same.
It's never written in a Bhagavad Gita.
Huh?
It's not written in a
Ah,
Bhagavad
very
Gita.
nice. What is not written? Very nice answer.
It's not written that it is only for Hindu, it's for everything.
Very nice, very nice. So there is not a word Hindu in whole Bhagavad Gita actually. Huh? Bhagavad Gita, if you open, Krishna didn't say I am Uvacha for Hindu. No? There is no Hindu word. What is the word Hindu means?
Indians?
No. Who will tell me the meaning of the word Hindu? Newcomers? No? Are you Hindu? Yeah. Why? Why are you Hindu? Because you are born in Hindu family. Yes, that's a good answer.
The same.
Hind.
What is the word Hindu means?
Hind. It
What is Hindu?
means the nation.
Hindi is a nation?
Yeah, Hindu, where we speak Hindi and where we follow Hinduism.
Hindi, okay, very nice. Very nice answer. Anybody else? What is the word Hindu means? Everybody is Hindu here? Yes or no? आप Hindu हैं? So what is the word Hindu means?
Hindu foreigners.
Okay, so when they say what is your religion, what do you write?
Hindu.
What does Hindu means? Yes, Prabhu.
It is kind of a word for the nation of India or like the greater nation of India to represent people.
Okay, so there is no word as Hindu in all the. What is that?
The surroundings of Hindu Mahabharata.
Okay, so Hind also, Hind, the Hindu is a misnomer. There is no word as Hindu ever in the dictionary of Vedas. When the Mughals invaded Bharatvarsha, at that time there was a valley called as Sindhu Valley. In the Arabic language, Sa is pronounced as Ha. So Sindhu became Hindu. And the people staying there, they called them Hindu. And we are so fools that we call ourselves Hindu. Because somebody called us Hindu. But what is our real identity? We are Sanatan Dharma. What is that called? Sanatan. Sanatan means eternal. So there is no Hindu word as such in the Vedas, there is no word Hindu in the Upanishads, Puranas, there is no word. So we are not Hindus actually. But somebody labeled you as Hindu, so you call yourself, and then we are trapped into this Hindu thing. But basically, Bhagavad Gita was not spoken. Hinduism didn't exist when Bhagavad Gita was spoken. 5,000 years ago, there was no Islam, there was no Christianity, there was no Sikhism, no Buddhism, no Jainism, no Hinduism, no Ism. What was the only dharma 5,000 years back? Everybody was only one dharma, Sanatan Dharma. What is Sanatan Dharma means? What does Sanatan means?
I don't know.
Sanatan means eternal. And what was the eternal dharma? To love each other and to help each other. Love and service, that was the only dharma. There was no other dharma. So, Bhagavad Gita is for Hindus only, is a fact or a myth? It is fact or a myth? कौन बताएगा? Bhagavad Gita is for all the human beings. It is not for Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai. Everybody can read Bhagavad Gita because Bhagavad Gita is for everyone. Everybody got this? Huh? Hindu word? Hindu word is clarified. Huh? So even for a legal purpose, we have to write Hindu. We can't write Sanatan Dharma because there is nobody knows Sanatan Dharma. You write on the passport, nobody will recognize you. You have to write. Now we are labeled, so we have to accept it now. What can we say, right? So that is how it
I
is.
have a question.
Yes, you have a question?
Is it a fact or is it a myth?
What?
It's
The Bhagavad Gita is for Hindu only is a myth. It is not a fact. Huh? So fact is that Bhagavad Gita is for everybody. For Hindu, Christian, Muslim, Islam, everybody. Everybody can read Bhagavad Gita. Is that right? Okay, the next question about Bhagavad Gita.
Everyone says different languages.
There are Bhagavad Gitas in different languages, like here, Bhagavad Gita is in Hindi language, this is in Gujarati language, this is in English language, and then there are so many other languages Bhagavad Gita is in, okay? Okay, so next one. Those who read Bhagavad Gita should not marry or should live everything including family. Is that a fact or a myth? कौन बताएगा पीछे से? Yeah? Is a myth or fact? Myth? कुछ लोगों को कहते हैं आप भगवद गीता पढ़िए तो कहते नहीं 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 भगवद गीता संन्यास लेना पड़ेगा लोग भी ऐसा कहते हैं So is it a fact or a myth? So it is a myth. Why? Those who read Bhagavad Gita, can they marry? Yes. Why? Why they can marry? Because Arjuna read Bhagavad Gita and Arjuna was a married person. Krishna told Bhagavad Gita to a married person. So we all are eligible bachelors. Right or wrong? So, and Bhagavad Gita reading, Arjuna didn't take sannyas. Arjuna didn't go to jungle. What did Arjuna do? In fact, he became the king. He won the battle of Kurukshetra. So, what is the conclusion? Those who read Bhagavad Gita can? You have to get married now. So, what is the last one? And then we'll do Aarti. Who will read this? Maybe Ravi can read loudly from the corner so everybody can hear. Just little loud.
General people understand that retiring from ordinary duties, one becomes spiritually advanced. It's not like that. Krishna taught to the whole world that Arjuna was a fighter. And in his fighting, also he can be Krishna conscious as well. It is not that he has to cease from fighting and then become Krishna conscious. No, there is no such question. There is no rejection of anything, but
Dovetailing.
dovetailing everything, that is the process.
Very good vision. You can read from the You passed your eye examination test, you know. So here Srila Prabhupada is saying that this is the purport of Prabhupada's lecture. Prabhupada is saying that reading Bhagavad Gita or following bhakti path doesn't mean you become old or retired or become sannyasi. Bhakti is for everybody. You know, bhakti makes you stronger. It makes you spiritually sound and you can overcome your problems in your life very easily. Arjuna heard Bhagavad Gita from Lord Krishna and Arjuna was depressed. He became very confident. Right? So everybody should read Bhagavad Gita at any age, any time, any nationality, any country, any religion, any age, no boundaries there. Bhagavad Gita is for everybody. Is that right? With that, thank you everyone. We'll do the Aarti ceremony. You have any questions? How about you guys? Any questions? No? What is the question? What is that? Okay, anyway, thank you so much everyone. Let's do the Aarti ceremony. Please get up and we'll do the Aarti. Hare Krishna. Rishika, vai some question? Hare Krishna. Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur